There's too much Tomb Kings on this channel. So Plague Penguin, and Sir Groot are bringing us not Tomb Kings and Corn. Let's go. Kislev and the green beans. For the green beans, we have some Savage Orc Boar Boys, including some Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins. Looks like 4 Savage Orc Boar Boys, 2 Biggins, one of which is just an Orc Boar Boy Biggin, the Broken Tusks mob. We have the 2 Skirmish Cav RORs, Morgos Magi Marauders, and Death Creepers. We have the Hammer of Gork Rocklobber ROR, 4 Squig Herds, and then 5 Goblins, though 2 of them are Night Goblins with the Spinning Loons, and we have Wurzag to give them all buffs. In the distance, we do have a Squig Herd in the corner. This was played on my Discord, so we play by the tournament rules, and you can only have 4 Squigs, not 5, so it looks like the player realized they had too many and just put one in the corner. Just an FYI in case you're like, he's forgetting a Squig! I think he just put it there because he took too many. On the other side for Kislev, Boris Ursus, don't see him a lot these days. We have a Patriarch also with just his 2 healing items. We have a front line of armored Kossars, 5 of them, 3 Kossars in the back, 2 with spears, 2 without, 2 Winged Lancers, 2 Cosfied Dervish, wait. I know, okay, 2 Winged Lancers, 2 Griffin Legion, and a single Cosfied Dervish somewhere, plus a Frostmane of Ice with just Icemane's Kiss. Now the Patriarch dives straight into these Goblins, and takes a lot of damage from the Death Creepers and the Morgans Magi Marauders. He needs to run away, and he is, but he's lost roughly half his health from that exchange. The Spinning Loons are here. Doesn't look like they'll be cast just yet as the Squig Herds get in there. So the Night Goblins, I wonder if they will end up using their wounds or not. And Wurzag even throws out a Gaze of Mork onto our poor little Patriarch friend. Just, man, that Patriarch's taking a lot of damage for his efforts in the fight. Kivzov's front line is beset. They're not having a great time with that. Do have some Cosfied Dervishes offering their support, but Savage Orc Boar Boys might get a downhill charge onto Winged Lancers, and that could be devastating for the Winged Lancers. Yeah, they are going to get just hit full on in the face, and that'll be a ton of damage onto them over time. Hopefully they can rally. Griffin Legion have joined the frontline fight, trying to stop all these guys, and a Wah is popped, plus Wurzag has been occasionally spamming out his Bonewood Staff and such. Skirmish Cav continue to focus down our friend the Patriarch, who has taken so much damage. He's down to 500 HP. Standard Ground is popped from Boris, trying to make him tankier. And the Shard Blade. I don't think the Shard Blade actually slows. The Patriarch does end up running away. We'll see if he rallies on the far side. Meanwhile, the Greenskins appear to be doing quite well on the edges, and they are up on the bounce power by quite a lot. Boris is slapping Wurzag currently as Frostbite is applying, giving him only 49 speed for Wurzag as he tries to run away. Some of this Skirmish Cav will be used to just peel Boris off. Meanwhile, in the back, Cosfied Dervishes are diving the Hammer of Gork, which is a big value trade for them, upwards, taking out an 800 artillery piece with their 450 little bodies. Savage Orc, Boar Boys, Squigs, and Goblins are all fighting against these armored Kossars in the Griffin Legion, though slowly they are getting attrition down as Wurzag needs to spam out more spells for them to get that Bonewood Staff passive. Without it, they are pretty meh fighters. Squig Herds and Goblins finishing up on this lower end as the Broken Tusk mob trade rather effectively into Winged Lancers and the Griffin Legion, so they're doing quite well. And the Patriarch, with 44 HP, is pushed away. Negative 37 leadership as the Savage Orc Boar Boys leave him alone. Another Wah is popped. Some more Savage Orc Boar Boys are here, and Ice Maiden's Kiss does actually pretty good damage to them, plus all of this pistol and archer fire is dealing good damage for those guys. The Patriarch is still running away. Negative 5 leadership. He has 2 uses of the heal left. Okay. So Boris is getting attacked. All these things are happening, yada yada yada. Wurzag even hits him in the face. We have some Skirmish Cav going. And a lot of the Kislevite Unbreakable passives are getting popped now. I was waiting for that. Hey, buddy. Why did your leadership all of a sudden go to 1 when it was negative 3 forever? At the very edge of the map, the Patriarch just gets a tiny leadership buff for no reason. I feel like this happens all the time in Game 3. I feel like there's a hidden mechanic to give you, like, a tiny leadership buff if you reach the edge of the map just for, like, the cool factor. But I feel like it happens too often to be like chance. So the Patriarch has rallied. Now 1 leadership, he's just chilling. .44 HP, just sitting next to the edge of the map. We'll see if he comes back. He does get orders to come home. And his healing only works when he's in melee, so I wonder if he uses one of those Celiax charges. Celiax Lullaby to heal himself up on the way back, otherwise he might just rout. Regardless, Squigs are cleaning up the last of the Kislevite forces. Kislev is quite down on the balance of power. Armored Kossars are fighting to the very end. We still have a Griffin Legion up there who's doing good. Patriarch's trying to come back. And you have some Griffin Legion shattered nearby that'll actually lower his leadership and get rid of him. But he does pop the Celiax Lullaby to rally a bit. So you can see when he gets... Yep, he got too close to those guys. So it says nearby friends routing, so he went negative. But the healing might help him come back yet again. Anyway, Boris continues to fight. The battle still looks dire for Kislev. It's another Icebane's Kiss. Actually does a lot of damage to those goblins and squigs, all things considered. And Boris finds Wurzeg in the woods. The Broken Tusk Mob are surrounding him, but Boris is he's a thick boy. He doesn't care as much. And yeah, especially with the Shard Blade, he'll rout those guys off pretty quickly. So where are we at battle-wise? Patriarch's back yet again. Now his leadership's big chillin' with all that healing he got. For Kislev, we have a quite injured Boris, a full health caster, a 1/3 HP Griffin Legion, and some tattered remains of armored infantry. For the Greenskins, we have a full health Squig that's not factored into this game, 2 Skirmish Cav, one of which is very healthy, some quite injured Savage Orc Boar Boys, a Hammered Gork that's trying to get back online, Wurzeg is very injured, so if you take out that full health Squig herd, that doesn't count, because the player's not going to end up using it. This is much more even. As the Patriarch charges into the woods, Squig's ignoring him, they're busy chasing off winged lancers. And Patriarch's trying to regroup with his Big Daddy Boris. The last healthy Griffin Legion did charge into Boris's defense. And they're fighting, they have stand your ground, which gives them 57 melee defense. They're pushing off all these Squigs. Greensons are in mass exodus in this region, while the Frostbane device just stands here in the Spider Riders and tries to distract them, but they don't care. Patriarch is reconvening with Boris. And all of these little arrow and pistol guys are walking over to try and punish Wurzeg for existing as the Griffin Legion catch up to him. They are going to surround him. Patriarch reaches Boris so he can pop that heal with Boris. And, ooh, the Griffin Legion are coming back. Everybody wants this juicy heal. So they charge in onto these Skirmish Cav, and then I think that heal's going to get popped. There it is. So the elite cavalry, Boris and the Patriarch and the Mage, all getting the healing. The balance power goes back to the middle. Wurzeg is getting poked down, and remember, the balance power is at the middle with a full health Squig in the corner. It's looking a little bit doomed. The Greenskin player realizes it and forfeits. Boris got a clean 1500 value. Nice for him. Patriarch only got 50, but man, he had a heroic storyline, so we love him anyway. Griffin Legions did okay. Wing Lancers struggled a little bit. Armored Kossars did overall fine. Archers did overall fine. And Kossovite Dervishes did well. For Sir Groot, Wurzeg did fine. Savage Orc Boar Boys, ooh, okay, overall pretty good, because they only cost, I think, 650 or 700. No, I think they're 700, so 3 of them paid for themselves and more. Hammer Gork struggled a bit, the Skirmish Cav struggled a bit, Night Goblin Fanatics did okay, Squigs did overall fine, and Goblins did overall fine. GG. Roar! Subscribe, yes, yes.